I'm recording a podcast, if you don't mind.
That's funny.
I
What'd
didn't
you say
think
about
I didn't.
tacos?
Well, Las Polos Tacos. Isn't that the name of the restaurant? Las Polos Tacos?
Oh, Gus's restaurant?
Yeah.
No, it's a
No.
chicken place.
Yeah.
It's not a
Oh,
taco place.
Las Polos. Then it's Las Polos or something like that, right?
Do you
I
remember
forget.
Tasha?
I don't.
She,
I forget. Anyways,
yeah.
maybe I'll just make that as the intro and me
Oh
stepping over.
no.
It's like, this, right? This, right? This is the name of the restaurant, Breaking Bad, isn't it?
I gotta Google it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
That's the
Google
one thing about having
machine.
the phone right here. It's just like, hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, at least you can. Well, I could use my phone too, but I just have my notes up right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
sweet.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Los Polos Hermanos. Sweet.
There we
Thank you,
go.
Tracy.
Got
There we go.
I had two of those
Tracy,
But
words.
we did all think of it. We did all think of it. Like Sam's mixed up with Gus Fring. Oh no, what time zone are we in?
Oh, wait a minute. Breaking Bad's on Netflix too. Crossover. Vince Gilligan.
everything's on Netflix now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. All the good stuff. All rise. The Lincoln Law Pod is in session. On this episode of the Lincoln Law Pod, we'll be discussing Season 4, Episode 2, titled Baja, which was written by Matthew J. Lieberman and was directed by Ted Humphrey. A combative bail hearing puts Mickey in the crosshairs of the sheriff's department, and Cisco hatches a sweet scheme to bypass a backlog at the crime lab. All right, Tracy, we are back and we have a guest tonight. You actually brought this person in, so I'd like you to introduce if you would, and then we can get into some conversation topics here from the episode. What do you got?
Sounds good. Sounds good. We're excited to have Tarcia with us this evening, and she represents Grits and Gab, another site that covers all kinds of shows and pop culture events
Yes.
and just all the good stuff, all the news. So, Tarcia, why don't you tell us if everyone can find you if they want to get some more of the Grits and Gab?
I am on all socials under Grits and Gab, AND I'm trying to think for search purposes, because you can't do the ampersand, but it is
Right.
Grits ampersand Gab.
Okay.
On
Okay.
socials, Facebook, Instagram. My TikTok is a little pitiful, so don't go there.
That's okay. That's
YouTube
okay.
and Substack. And thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely keep up with Tarcia as well for some good scoop. So we're excited to have her with us. Another voice, another opinion on the Lincoln lawyer.
Yes. And if there's nothing I don't like is a nice scoop, especially of ice cream. So
There you go.
even in the middle of winter, yes, I love ice cream. So because we're recording this on Valentine's Day, I had a quick question for you guys before we get into the whole plots and schemes and everything. Which Lincoln lawyer character would be your Valentine and why?
Oh,
Oh
Mickey.
boy. I was
Mickey.
like,
Oh, Tarka's right there.
is that
Mickey.
even a question? Is that a question?
You can take the
Mickey.
same
This
person.
is a
Well,
trick
Yeah.
question.
Oh yeah. That's easy, Mickey.
Mickey.
okay, so you guys had the easy choice, Mickey, bam, right off the gate. Mine was a little tough because, I mean, there was only a few females to choose from, obviously. I mean, Lorna, you got Maggie, you got Izzy. So I had to lean towards Maggie, and it was a really tough decision because I'm like, yeah, Lorna's quirky and fun, but Maggie's kind of down to earth a little bit, and Izzy doesn't swing the way I swing, so so it's like, so she wouldn't be into me anyways. So I had to pick Maggie as my Valentine. So
What
So I
about
guess-
Death Row Dana?
no,
No.
she is
She didn't
a
make
little,
the list.
she's a little too
Gotcha.
tough for me. And this episode in general, it's like we get to see a little darker side of the prosecution.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even
Mhm.
Maggie points it out a few times. It's like, I hate when prosecutors do that because it gives us a bad name.
Yep.
So, alrighty. I asked you guys to kind of come up with any questions that you might have had from the episode. I had, quite a few where it's like I was writing in my notes and there was a question mark at the end. So if you guys don't mind, I'll throw out a quick question here for you. Alrighty.
I have a question too.
Good. Okay, so my question to you guys was with Mickey Haller's decision about fighting the charge during a trial would be a better way to get his life back than having the case dismissed on a technicality. Do you agree with his reasoning for that? Or do you think he should have pressured the the cop and tried to introduce that video right away.
I absolutely agree because I understand what he was doing. He wants to be fully exonerated.
Hmm.
Doesn't get off on a technicality. I mean, when his whole disposition changed when he turned and saw his family there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't want people, like he said in the episode, I don't want people always thinking, hey, he got off. Did he really do it? He wants to be fully exonerated. So I
Sure.
get what he was doing, sorry he had to go back to prison and his daughter had to be there to see that. But we know Mickey, there's a method to the madness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was going to say it was an emotional decision, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good decision. I think it was a good decision because that would haunt him. And it just not until he saw them did he really think about it in that
Right.
regard.
Hmm.
So I think it made sense to me.
Good. When I first put that as a question, I'm like, did you think that seeing Haley and Maggie threw off his game at all?
It did.
But then he said, I looked at my family and I'm thinking to myself about them. But so I wrote down that he has taken a huge risk with this decision because
Sure.
he's told his clients before in the past that it's going to be a jury that decides his fate. The gods of guilt, as it's been mentioned in the first three
Mm-hmm.
seasons thus
Right.
far, it's down to them. So what if, what if it goes a bad way for him? So it could
Right.
be
Right.
very bad. So, Tracy, you said you had a question as well, so why don't
Oh
you
yeah,
fire
you
away?
kind of tasked us with coming up with a question from the episode. And in all seriousness, and I kind of I feel like I have Pete sitting here beside me in my mind. What does Maggie see in this Jack guy? That
Thank
is my
you.
question. I don't, I don't get it. Like you could say, oh, he seems safe or whatever, but he doesn't even really seem safe. He's kind of nagging at her and
Mm,
picking at her. Oh, I missed you last night. Like, oh, dig, you didn't make it home. Oh, I'm talking about myself too much. And him,
yeah.
just all these little digs and kind of manipulations. And I'm like,
It's jealousy.
it is
He's
jealousy for
jealous.
sure. Yeah, and that's not a good look. And I
Yeah.
don't see her going for that. Is she not noticing it? Is she like just kind of keeping herself from noticing the negatives? I don't think that's really Maggie, but
Mm,
what'd she say? It had been about 6 months or
yeah.
something. So there's something she sees in him. But what is it? That's my question. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, I've already seen more than this episode, so I'll just say that I don't know if a comfort is the right word. I mean, he's a distraction. He's something. I
Okay.
think she's still very much into Mickey, but I just
Yeah.
think he's a distraction.
Okay. Okay.
For whatever reason, her and Mickey didn't work out or whatever, but we've seen the sparks fly in past seasons, and they're already, to me, starting to fly in this season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just
Okay.
think, I don't know,
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah, he's there.
I don't know how else to put
That's just how everybody wants to be described. He's
Yeah,
there.
he's there. I mean, I
exactly.
don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he's company. She's
Yeah,
lonely.
there you go. That's kind of a good description.
Kind of reminds me like the scenes from Liar Liar where you got Jim Carrey's character and you got Carrie Ellis, and anytime they're together it's like, ooh, that was a nice image deleted. I kind of
Yeah,
see that whenever I see Jack. It's like, oh, this is
that's
great,
funny.
okay, get away, type of thing.
Yeah.
But Tarsha, did you have any questions for us
I
throughout the
I
episode?
do.
Good.
I have one question, and basically, is it just me, or do you guys notice that the chemistry seems to be off between Lorna and Cisco this season so
Hmm.
far?
Well, she didn't like his snoring.
Or Winston's.
Yeah, yeah, that was actually one of the funny moments I wrote down. Man, she had the double dose there.
They just don't behave like honeymooners to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just seems off to me.
I can kind of see what you're saying. I've only watched the 2 episodes, so they haven't had a ton of scenes together to really look at that interaction. But yeah, I don't feel a lot of the lovey-dovey right now.
Yeah, I'm not
It
getting any of that from them. They
it's
Yeah,
just
well,
almost
seem like roommates more or
yeah, it's
less
almost
than
like too
more
routine.
like
Yeah. Yeah,
coworkers,
I could see that question. Yeah.
I love that question because I never really thought about it, but when you said it, it's like, yeah, but keep in mind they got thrown in the fire last season when they were supposed to be on their honeymoon and they had to come back early because
That's
Pablo was a
right.
rainout.
Right?
And it was this trial came up with Glory Days, and then boom, now it's Mickey's being arrested for murder. So it's just all these cases piling up, or not really all these things piling up in their lives, and also that Lorna's has to try to obtain all the cases or keep the cases to keep money
Mm-hmm.
flowing. So I just think that they're just so busy Izzy with trying to do their parts for the law firm, where it's just kind of where, like you said, they look almost like roommates rather than married
Yeah.
couple.
And they're
But you
putting the
don't walk in
firm.
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying you're right. They're putting the firm first because they're supposed to be buying a house. That's mentioned in this
Yeah.
episode,
Hmm.
and that's kind of taking a back seat. So how is that all affecting them that their togetherness has kind of had to
Yeah, I
take a
didn't
little
think
back
about
seat.
that. But I just think that, like, even when they come in the room, if Cisco walks in the room, they don't give each other, a peck or anything. It's just there's never anything like that between them. So it just seems, I don't know whether it's the actors, because I know there have been cases that with some shows where actors didn't really have chemistry offset and they didn't want to really kiss each other. Not saying they don't like each other, but if they're not attracted to each other, or something, maybe she doesn't want to kiss him. I don't know. And I'm not trying to start anything. But it just seems off to me. Just
Maybe
keep
it's the
No,
keep
beard.
no.
watching.
Maybe it's the beard. Maybe she's just getting tired of the beard.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
No, I hadn't really thought about it, but once you said it, it kind of made me pause and think like, yeah.
Just keep watching and
Yeah.
let me know what you think
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Awesome. Anybody else have any more questions, or do we want to move on to our favorite moments, funny or otherwise, that stood out?
Well, I did when I was watching it, wasn't on a big screen. So I am curious if either of you noticed something that Lorna saw in that agreement that triggered her call to Celeste
Yeah, it was a word,
about saying, what was the word?
subrogation.
Okay.
And I didn't look it up. I think they covered in the next episode, but I had it written
Yeah.
down. I'm like, didn't look it up. If memory serves me right, all these words, the legalese, phrasing, and everything, you'd have to be kind of a lawyer to understand it, anyways, because there was writing underneath, but it didn't say exactly what all the subrogation would cover. So,
Okay. Okay.
but it's
All
something in the
right.
prenup of her copy of the prenuptial agreement between Celeste and Tom
Okay.
that she's working on. But apparently, it clicks something in her mind. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
she
And
All
that
calls
right.
whole
up Celeste.
storyline is crazy.
Yes,
Yeah. That's a hot mess.
Yes.
yes. Well, let's get into that. I mean, why not get
Yeah.
into that scene there? Because it's like we don't see a lot of divorce cases. We saw her talking with the
Oh, yeah.
Lambo guy's
Yeah,
ex-wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't see many of these interactions between
Hmm.
the couples. So this interaction here was just, it started off like, well, what about bodily harm, type of thing, and the whole back and forth between the other attorney and her, where it's like, well, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah, and he's like,
Yeah.
well,
That was funny.
yeah, so he kept
That
on
was
bringing
funny.
it back to her. So it's like it
Yeah.
was fun to kind of watch that interaction. And I'm
Yeah.
curious how she, because when you say, she had this light bulb moment go off where she calls
Hmm.
Celeste, leaves a voicemail. So I'm curious. I know Tracy and I were talking about it for episode 1. It's like we're hoping this is the case that kind of rights the ship, or at least puts them above water for a
Right.
temporary period of time here.
Yeah, first I want it to be the big money maker to keep the firm afloat. Now I just want to see this guy Tom destroyed because he's so annoying.
Yes.
And he gave her herpes.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yes.
dude, wow.
And it's a down point, but he gave her the STDs in the town I live near. I live near Minneapolis,
Oh, yeah, it gives
so
it
I
a
was
bad
happy
name.
Minneapolis was brought up, but I'm like, oh come on, he gave her an STD in my town. Why not? Ah, come on, why
In the
Tom?
car.
In the car, yes. Who wants to go with another moment?
Well, one of my favorite moments was
Yes.
Mickey when he flipped the script on Death Row Dana in the courtroom when she presented the fact that he was going to jump bail, and he was like, oh, no, no, no. Your deputies are listening in and I have proof. So I really like that moment.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Do you read the books at all, Tarcia?
I have not read the books.
Okay, good. Because Pete wasn't a book reader either, so it's kind of nice to get that perspective from a non-book reader. Because Tracy and I both read the books and have read the books. So when I saw the title of the episode was Baja, I'm like, really? Already? Okay, let's get
Yeah,
into it. Sweet.
things move around. Yeah.
Exactly. Tracy, do you have another moment?
Well, I thought it was funny because it was just, for one reason, the concept was funny, but it was also just so verbose. All the language about Cisco getting Izzy to deliver that chocolate. It was just like so much detail. And I was like, do I really need all this detail? But yet it really does explain why he's doing it. But it was just funny because the fact that he couldn't go there and he really needed her to take it. And he's, and she just doesn't understand why, and just the funny things about Dr. Hershey. And yeah, and he, what I think is kind of fun too is that he even said said, like, tell him, Dr. Hershey's here to see him. But she didn't say that. She said, I was sent by Dr. Hershey. Like, everything she did made it a little more believable or accessible.
Mhm.
Yes.
She kind of twisted what he did a little bit. Just thinking about that chocolate made me hungry too. My sweet tooth. There's a lot of talk about chocolate.
And going
Yeah.
there and seeing his picture on the wall is like, do not admit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like,
sure there's a lot
oh,
of places where Cisco can't go.
I
right,
bet.
right. And
Well,
then
it's just
and then later he tells Mickey, oh, and I got the assist from Izzy, but they don't know exactly what she did, and she just sort of begrudgingly did it, and that's funny too,
yes.
So.
The whole phone conversation is like, I'm going to get arrested for this type of thing.
Yeah.
Plus, I noticed that the clerk, when Izzy did go up and say, I'm here for Dr. Hershey to see this Eric Cheever.
Cheever.
At first, I thought he was saying over it, like overachiever or a Cheever type of thing.
Oh,
So when I was reading the subtitles, I'm like, oh, okay, it's Eric Cheever. But when she even said, I'm here for Dr. Hershey, and you can kind of see the clerk almost roll her eyes as she's picking up the phone to make that phone call. So,
hmm
like, even the clerk is like, really? The moment I had written down was one that I was really hoping for because I am a book reader. Tracy knows that. We were just discussing it 30 seconds ago. I got the scene I was hoping for, and that was after Mickey gets released on bail. He gets to go to the ocean and walk along the beach with Haley. We get a
Yes.
bonus that Maggie's with him. Unfortunately, she had to take off early to get back to San Diego. So that was a downside. But just being able to see them on a beach scene where he's smelling the
hmm
fresh air, the ocean air, and he even said he'll probably never get that smell out of his nose of
Yeah.
prison and jail or whatever. So I got the scene I was hoping for, loved it, loved every minute of it. And because it was only like a couple minute scene, but it was still nice to see that.
And then it was
And
interesting that
before
he
this,
was
no, go ahead.
to be out and to be home and to take a shower in the privacy of his own home and everything, in contrast to the scenes from prison. But then he still couldn't sleep, like
Right.
he
Mhm.
couldn't get the noise out. So just kind of watching him manage all that in his head and
Yeah.
the difference and stuff.
Another moment for me was the moment before the beach scene when he was actually, told that he had bail and he could actually make the bail, and he turned and he immediately hugged his
hmm
daughter and his ex-wife. I don't know. I just want them to get back together so bad. I'm just looking
Yeah.
for
I know.
any little.
You are not alone. You are not. It
No.
seems
Yeah, I
so
just thought,
natural and so real, and
yeah,
that's the thing. There
exactly.
is there is something very real between them. Like, where is it
It
gonna?
wasn't forced at all. It wasn't just like a little
Yeah,
hat for your ex or whatever. I mean, there's still real love there.
yeah,
Hmm. Well, I
yeah,
think
for
they've even
sure.
said that they still love each other, but they're bad for each other because it
Yeah,
always brings work always comes into their relationship. So that's a downside, but
we'll see.
exactly. Fingers crossed for those two. I'm still hoping for.
I'm
Well,
hoping.
we've mentioned it back in season two. Tracy and I were talking about it. I can't remember if we had an extra person with us or not, but when Maggie and Mickey kind of got into the argument after Mickey was trying to use Maggie and Andrea talking about the case around Haley as a way to try to get Andrea off the case, and they had
Mhm.
a little battle royale, and it's like I
hmm
hate it when mom and dad fight. You kind of
Yeah,
get that. You hate seeing it like that.
right. I have a question for you, Tarsha, since you hadn't read the books. Now,
Okay.
I did not reread this book, shortly before the season or anything. I know you did, Mike. You
Yes.
revisited the book before the season. So I can't even remember if this was in the book, but the whole Baja thing, Tarsha, were you confused by that at all? Like, what are they talking about, Baja? What are they talking about?
No, no. It was very clear to me that it sounded like
A
if he
setup?
got out, he was going to. Well, I mean, I didn't know until he got in court
Oh,
that it was recorded, but
right.
the phone call initially, I was like, Mickey's going to skip town. But that's
Yeah.
what I got out of it
Yeah.
until the whole,
Yeah.
Reveal.
they flipped
Okay.
the script on Dana. But no, it was clear to me what they were talking about.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, kind of same for me. With the first call when they're like, or just mentioned Baja, are we good on Baja? I didn't know what that was. I didn't put it together then. But then when they started talking about more details and got a guy and papers and
Right. That's
come visit me.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I
Yeah.
was like,
Come visiting
oh, they're.
me and all of this. Like, yeah,
Then I'm
he's
like,
going to
oh my
jump bail.
gosh, why are they even addressing this? So I did. Was that in the book,
Yes.
Mike? Okay. So I did not remember that. So it really it pulled me in like, what? This doesn't sound like Mickey,
Yes.
Well, it's not. It's fake.
Exactly. Well, that's the one thing when my daughter and I were watching this episode, I'm like, oh, sweet. This is where they, do the whole setup thing. Dana gets blindsided by this. And then the judge will bring the bail down to 500,000. That's what it was in the book because he was so pissed off about the judge
Hmm.
was so pissed off
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
whole thing. So when he said $1 million bail, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Come on, because in the book you only have to pay 10%, or I mean in real life you only have to pay
yeah.
10% of the
Right.
bond. So I'm like, in the book he only had to pay 50 grand, and it was in the book. Obviously, we get Bosch in the books, which we don't get in the show because across stream platforms, that's fine. But a couple people chipped in, so I'm like, well, how are they going to come up with the 100 grand,
Right.
to cover the bail? And then when Val tells them you only need to pay 10% of 10%,
Of the
I'm
10%,
like,
yeah.
holy crap, that's a
Wow. Yeah.
huge
That was
Yeah.
huge.
friends and family discount. But
Mm-hmm.
then the whole thing where Val's like, well, since if you do skip town and the $1 million that come out of my pocket, so I need the deed to your house. No way.
That was funny.
I believed it
Yeah,
for a second before
I
I
so
did
didn't
did
too.
I.
know. I was like,
Because
well, he's got a point there.
yeah, exactly. So that whole moment is like, and then Val's like, nah, I'm just messing with you. Peace, and walks away. I love that actor. He's got that whole bravado to him, so it's kind
Yeah.
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He's
vibe.
perfect for
Pete,
that
I'm
role.
sure Pete was happy to see him
Probably.
back. Pete was a big fan of that character, so
I'll have to ask him. I'm hoping to get him on episode 3 or 4 next weekend. So
nice.
um yes, another moment that kind of I really enjoyed seeing was Lorna getting the pictures taken of herself for
Yes.
bus
Oh, that was
benches or
funny.
billboards. Because Maggie even shows up and you kind of see the oh crap, and she even says like oh crap or oh shit when she
Yeah.
sees Maggie. I didn't think, what did Lorna think Maggie was going to say about it? I don't know, but then Maggie's like, hey, you're doing what you're doing because you're helping Mickey and you got to keep the
Yeah.
thing afloat. So do what you got to do.
Right. She
So
wasn't judgmental in any way.
yes, but I like the back and forth with Maggie questioning what they were thinking with not trying to push the officer on the stand. And she's like, "No, that was all Mickey, okay?"
Yeah.
And he went from what was it, psychotically optimistic to
Oh, I
recklessly
love that.
risky. And it's like, and then Lorna said, or then Maggie says, "Oh, the 12 stages of Mickey Holler." And it's like, well, let's hope we get him out of jail before he finds the 13th.
He
Yeah.
will. He will. I love their relationship, to have been married to the same man. I mean, just the whole practice and Haley and Maggie, they're all a family. Even
Yeah.
Cisco, they're just all
Mm-hmm.
like Mickey's relationship with Cisco. I mean, who
Mm-hmm.
does that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it works for them.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
It
I love
absolutely
that too.
works.
It's probably a dysfunctional family at times, but it's still a family.
And now Izzy's in there too, and she
Oh
thinks,
my God, Tracy, I'm so
yeah,
glad you mentioned that because she's also one of my favorite moments. Can I add
yeah,
that right now?
yeah,
Yep.
When she was with her new friend and they were
uh-huh,
talking and she was saying, "Look, I can't commit now because I have to be there for Mickey." And when she said, "He's my family," I was like,
mm-hmm,
"Oh."
Yep.
yep,
Because he really, the one thing I love about Mickey, he will take the strays in. You know what I mean? No matter
yes,
what your
yes,
past is, like Bomba.
Yes.
He promised, you take care of me, I'll take care of you. He doesn't
hmm
care what your past is, who you are, whatever. If you end up being a good person and if you're loyal to him, he's loyal to you and he treats you like family. And
yeah,
she's just Izzy this season for me has just really grown. I mean, in terms of her maturity, she's a
hmm
bigger part of the firm and her contribution. She's not the driver anymore. She's not just a little sidekick running errands. She's got
hmm
a bigger role to play this season. And I'm also loving her wardrobe. I mean, she's dressing professionally. Her hair is cute this
You're
season.
right.
Her hair
Yeah,
is so cute.
Hmm.
Like, okay, they really stepped Izzy up this season. So I'm really enjoying that part of it. She's coming to
yeah,
her own, I think, as an actress and as a character on the
hmm
show. I just love her relationship, even with Cisco. They're like a brother and sister, just like, "Here, you're gonna
yes,
send me here." Okay,
hmm
I love it.
Yes.
I like that Mickey
I
wanted to
agree.
go with her to pick up his ankle bracelet.
Yep.
And she snatched the box because she's like, "Look, this dude isn't gonna take care of this. Let me just grab it." Like the work
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, exactly. The work wife. But they both wondered why he had to pay the
Yeah.
lease on it. I didn't know that's how that worked either.
I didn't either. I'm like, really? The
Yeah,
bail bond doesn't cover some of that or something? Or
yeah.
I love that scene at the beginning because we see how that Izzy stayed up all night, and then Cisco and even Lorna at the office. It's like Cisco clocks that she probably hasn't slept, but they probably thought she was working all night at the
Right,
office.
right.
Hmm.
And Lorna's like, well, you got to have some personal time too,
Hmm.
and it's like why she didn't say anything, but maybe just because it's new and fresh and.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so Izzy not saying anything there, but kind of like, well, she was about to, but yeah. So I like seeing that for her as a character because we've seen her get burned in the past. We mentioned that in the
Hmm.
Yes.
first episode recap or discussion, and she's been burned in the past. We're hoping for this to be
I
a
hope
real
so.
thing. Tracy and I kind of had the same thing. It's like a little bit of a side eye, is this the prosecution trying to get somebody
We were a
involved
little
in the,
skeptical at
yeah,
first.
we
I
were a
never
little
even
skeptical.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. We're just like, oh, wow, out of the blue, kind of.
I
But,
don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Pete rubs off on us too much. We're always
yeah,
skeptical
the
about all these new
skeptic.
characters
Is
that
Pete
come in.
skeptical?
He is. He's a cynic, and nobody's good enough in relationships for anybody. Like he's
Ever.
solidly Maggie and Mickey too. He's like you and me. Well, he's
Yeah.
like Mike, same.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
because
So,
we never think anybody is good enough for Maggie except for Mickey. So,
right, right. And we're right.
alrighty. Yes. And if you're right, you're right. And we are right. Alrighty. Any other moments you guys had written down? Because I had one more.
No.
Mickey noticing the wallet
Oh
in the
yeah.
pants pocket of Sam Scales. They kind of blew up the picture. They
Yeah.
Yes.
noticed that Cisco had gotten the tox results back. There was Rohypnol in Sam Scales' system.
Mm-hmm.
They also noticed that there was like a grease stain on the wheel of the wheelchair. Turns out to be chicken grease. So Mickey was saying that he noticed the wallet, but there wasn't a wallet in property that was signed off on. So now they're like,
Right.
well, we got to get in our motion going. So
I
I
don't
love
know who's
seeing things
watched
come together like that.
I don't know who's watched what, but when they started talking about it might be like chicken fat or whatever, I immediately
Yes.
thought of Breaking Bad. What's his name?
Gus Fring.
Gus. Yes. I really thought about the chicken place. That's like that has made a mark in my
Yes.
in my
Los
brain. Did you think of
Polos
that,
Tacos.
Tasha?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
I
What'd
didn't
you say
think
about
I didn't.
tacos?
Well, Los Polos Tacos. Isn't that the name of the restaurant? Los Polos Tacos.
Oh, Gus's restaurant?
Yeah.
No. It's a
Oh,
chicken place.
sweet.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Los Polos Hermanos. Sweet.
There we
Thank
go.
you, Tracy.
Right.
There we go.
I had two of those
Tracy
But
words.
we did
Queen.
all think of it. We did all think of it. Like
Yeah.
Sam's mixed up with Gus Fring. Oh no, what time zone are we in?
Oh, wait a minute. Breaking Bad's on Netflix too. Crossover. Vince Gilligan.
Everything's on Netflix now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. All right. So unless anybody has any other favorite moments, we probably missed a few moments here and there. And if our listeners have come across any moments that you enjoyed and we didn't cover, please reach out to us on our social medias or on the YouTube video, not really video, but audio only on the YouTube channel that we put out. Sparks meters. So we just kind of rate the episode, how you thought, and any notes that you had from the episode. So since you're new to our podcast, Tarcia, why don't you give us your Sparks meter for this episode?
I gave this episode a 4.5.
Nice. 4.5. I like the positivity.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I would have given the first one probably a 3, but this one, I think it's starting to pick up the pace. There were a lot of good moments. It's
Yeah.
a 4.5.
Good. Glad to hear it. Tracy, what did you have?
I'm going with 4.25. I liked it a little more than the first episode. You mentioned pacing, and I was thinking when I was coming up with my rating, kind of about the flow. I really like the flow of this episode. I can't really put it into words better than that, but I did like the flow of it. And you mentioned the pacing was also good. And a lot of funny moments, just a lot of little under the radar kind of funny moments. It's such a serious situation going on that funny stuff is helpful. But yeah, I really liked it.
Nice. We usually have said that in the past too. It's like whenever there's something funny going on, you just know that there's a dark turn around the corner. But obviously,
Yeah.
with the situation Mickey's in, it's already a dark corner they're
Right.
approaching here. I'm gonna agree with Tarsha on this one. 4.5. I mean, right at the start of the episode, you get that alarm blaring right at the start of the episode. So if you had your
Mhm.
volume turned
Yeah.
up from the first episode, you're like, holy cow. And you
Yeah.
get a quick glimpse of what it's like to be in Mickey's world, waking up at 4 a.m. and then trying to maintain his safety until he can get onto a transfer to get over to the
Right.
jail or to get over to the courthouse from the jail. And right at the start of the episode, you're like almost on edge.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, what's going to happen? You get this huge wake up call. So yeah, 4.5 for me as well. And like I said, seeing the navigator at the end of the episode rolling down the street on the back of a tow truck, it's like, oh man, I really like that truck. It was
Yeah.
bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, bulletproof. I mean, come on,
That was a
man.
good one. Yeah.
Plus the other thing, I didn't know he still had that navigator. I knew it was a gift from the cartel or from season 3 to replace the one, but I thought maybe for sure the cartel would have taken it back or something. I mean, it was only a temporary thing, I thought, but
Yeah.
apparently I was wrong.
Yeah. Still there.
So yeah, great episode. We had a good ratings for all three of us, and that's a good thing because I mean, the sky is the limit on what can happen this season. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
plus the fact, sorry, I know I'm crying about a navigator here, but it's like, see, but the thing is with that, it's like from the trailer, we saw it in the trailer, we thought it was Dana Berg messing with them. What evidence could be in
Oh.
that SUV? And here it is, the sheriffs are messing with them because he
Yeah.
called them out on their illegal
Yes.
listening in and
Right.
passing them
Yeah.
off as
Now you know. Yeah. Mhm.
exactly, as CI information. So yeah, so we thought in the trailer we get that glimpse, and we think it's one thing and it's another. So the writers and filmmakers, they always like to keep us on our toes. So
The
Yes.
twists and
it's a good
turns.
thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Tarcia, you're new to our little clan here. How'd you like to play a game
Yes.
with Tracey and I?
Okay.
Cool. Now you're going to go up against Tracey.
Oh,
and-
wow. Okay.
Yes. So, and
That could
I
be
think
good or bad.
yeah, that could
I'm
be good or bad.
scared.
Well, usually I do trivia, but we did trivia in the first episode, and Tracey introduced us to a game, I think either last year or the year before. It's the quote game.
Oh, okay.
So I love this game. When Tracey first did it, I'm like, I started doing like the podcasting later on in the season. I'm like, hey, can I use that quote game to throw in? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. It's not mine. It's not like I have it trademarked or anything. I'm like, sweet.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
you should
you
trademark
should.
it because Tracy and I have been doing this for 4 years now, 5
Oh,
years
wow.
now. I jumped in every so often to help guest host every so often, but she knows that I love quoting movies and shows and trivia for trivia purposes and whatnot. But it's all good and fun. So you'll get a half a point if you say who said the line, and you'll get a half a point if you say who was said to. So.
Oh, wow. I'm going to
Yes.
fail.
I think you'll be okay. I tried to take quotes that kind of stuck out a little bit. Alrighty, so we'll put on, well, it's TNT, Tracey and Tarcia. Alrighty.
There we go.
Hey.
Because usually I do P and T because if it's usually Tracey and Pete that are playing, so I can't do that. I'll have to actually write.
Well,
you
I
guys'
feel
names.
special for being here. Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate you joining us today because it's been really fun talking with somebody new.
Mhm.
Like I said, you never read the books either, so you're enjoying the series just to enjoy the series.
Yeah.
So it's a nice.
And I've
little
never seen the
thing.
movie. I never saw the movie
Oh,
with
okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
Ah, that's a good
Okay.
one. That one followed the book really well, and the slight changes they made from the book, I'm like, hey, that just made the book better. Okay, so let's do the quote game.
What do we
Tarcia.
do? Just raise our hand? Oh.
Nope, Tarcia, you go
Oh,
first. So we'll do
okay.
back and forth. So
Oh, gotcha.
I'll try to give you guys each 5 to 7. I do odd numbers, so in case there's ties or whatever. So Tarcia, you can go first.
Okay.
You had the officer on the stand. You didn't do anything to undermine his credibility.
I should know this. Lorna to Mickey?
No, it was Maggie to Lorna. So
Oh, well, see,
I
see,
should-
that's the thing, Tarsha. It's always harder than it seems. Like
Yes.
you're like, I know this. I should know this. This is,
I
but yeah,
just watched this episode again.
it's unusually hard. It's yeah.
So, Tracey, this one's for you. Do you ever think about how our jobs rely on other people's misfortune?
That was Maggie to Jack.
1 point. Nice.
That one was
job.
easier. That was
Did you
was
know that
definitely
one,
easier.
Tarcia, or not?
No, I did not. And I just watched that.
I've watched the episode probably 2 times today to not only finish up some notes that I'd started right now, but also to get finish getting the quotes I got in here. So, let's see here. All right, Tarcia, your turn. Everything in my life is just kind of crazy right now, like Twilight Zone crazy.
Izzy to, I can't think of her name, her potential girlfriend.
Hey, I'll give you that point.
I don't
So
know her
yes,
name.
to Grace.
Grace.
Okay, Tracey, this one's for you.
All right.
I'm not supposed to be here in the first place.
Bomba to Mickey.
Yes, very good.
I knew that one.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be.
Hey, it's fun though. The reason why I wrote that one down because it reminded me of the movie Clerks. I'm not even supposed to be here today. Like I said, I'm a movie buff. So, Tarsha, it's your turn now.
Okie dokie.
Let's see here. I keep warning you about criminals with badges. Going after a single cop is one thing, but you just put the whole sheriff's department under a microscope.
Oh my God, I know this. Is that legal to Mickey?
Bingo.
Okay.
Oh, you're good. I immediately thought Lorna. Wow,
That
you're
was
right.
out. Yeah, that was after he was released and they were outside
Yeah.
the table. Yeah.
That's another thing I wanted to kind of do a little spotlight thing here, just in the trivia section or game section. But seeing legal pop up again, I love seeing legal pop up in this.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved the actor. He's just been so cool as Legal Siegel throughout the series here. So great seeing him pop in, and Val obviously this episode. Alrighty, so Tracey, it's your turn. So hold on, Tarsha, you have 2 points out of a possible three, and Tracey, I've given you 2 quotes. So you're 2 for 2. Tarsha, you're 2 for 3. But let's see if we can do this. Sorry, we covered this one in the podcast, so I can't do that one. I'm basically an Alanis Morissette song.
Lorna says it to Maggie.
Half a point. Tarsha?
Lorna says it to the photographer.
The photographer. Yeah. Okay.
Julie the photographer. Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. So Tarsha, it's your turn. Trying to keep costs down on everything but chocolate, apparently.
Izzy to Cisco.
Half a point. It was Izzy to Maggie.
Oh, I thought it was the scene where she was talking about we're drinking Costco coffee and you're buying chocolate from.
You're right.
Well, she said because Maggie asks about where the intern is.
Gotcha, and they had to cut costs.
They had to cut costs, but I want to put this quick little nugget in here. I mentioned this in season 2 that when Tracey and I were doing the podcast for the episode where Sam Scales, where they flash back to where he's talking about how he has to pay a former investor. I said that in that scene, you can kind of see Jessica snap her head when Mickey says, if you don't pay us, you're dead. And I can't wait because I had it as a prediction that she'll pop up as a prosecutor's witness in this season. So I'm hoping that still comes true. Because especially when we got the flashback and they've mentioned her name now. They mentioned her name and they showed her in a flashback. So I'm really hoping she pops up in here to try to get them off their game a little bit. Alrighty, so Tarsha, you have 2.5 points out of a possible 4. Tracey, you're also at 2.5 points, but you've only had 3. So let's see if you get this one. They're gonna be sorry they messed with you, man.
I'm off on this one. I'm gonna say Val to Mickey.
Oh, nice.
Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. I can't think of the context though, but it just sounded like the way Val would say something.
Yep. Tarsha, back to you.
Okay.
Well, without you, my life is always less exciting.
I am drawing a complete blank. I'm just gonna have to guess here. Lorna to Cisco.
Nope, sorry, it was Jack to Maggie.
That's where he was whining again. Oh, but my life is always less exciting. You left me. You didn't come back.
Well, I threw that in because it's all we're recording this on Valentine's Day, so without you guys, my life is nothing.
Oh, same.
I just do. I guess
heart.
I don't pay much attention to Jack. I guess.
Yeah, you're just tuning him out.
Well, I also noticed that he grabbed like a side plate and was like scooping some of the stuff on his plate onto her side plate thing. But even looking at the food briefly, I'm like, what restaurant are they at? I mean, it looked like there was barely any food on their plate. So I'm like, jeez.
That was their appetizers. He ordered appetizers for him. I guess that's why.
Oh, okay. If they're
The
appetizers,
smaller
I can
stuff,
see.
yeah.
Okay. Because at first, like when they're talking about like the chocolate foam or something like that earlier, it almost looked like there was like a foam thing on Maggie's plate. I'm like, but you know how fancy restaurants are.
Yeah.
All righty. This is a good one. I'm sensing you're uncomfortable.
Sensing you're uncomfortable. I'm sure there's a time limit here, but
Nope, no time limit.
it's like it's right here, but I see the person and the situation. Oh gosh, I'm sensing you're uncomfortable. Is it Grace to Izzy? Like when she
You get
didn't.
a half a point. It was Cisco to Izzy. It's when they're talking on the phone and she's like, and she was busting his chops, and he's like, "I'm sensing you're uncomfortable."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll take
another
half point.
half a point. Yes. We'll do two more for each of yous, and then
Maybe
tally
I
up
can
the
redeem
points.
myself.
I think we're
Yeah,
narrowing the gap.
yeah, it's she's missed on a couple here, so she's still at
I
2.5. You're at 5.
Okay.
Cops go nuts when you dig into their personal lives. There could be blowback.
is that is that Maggie to Mickey?
Half a point. It was Lorna to Mickey.
Dang it, I was gonna say Lorna.
Oh,
You got to go
so
with your
close.
first thought.
Yes. Well, plus I noticed that like the shorter quotes, so it's like the more words you get, it's easier to kind of put a face to the wording
Uh-huh.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's just something quick, like what I just did with you, it's like I'm sensing you're uncomfortable. So
Right. It's not enough to go on.
exactly. So alrighty, Tracy. I should have been marking these off. Alrighty. If you don't mind me saying so, you sound a little paranoid.
Yeah, I can see it. It's to Mickey, that sheriff's deputy
Oh, 1
to
point.
Mickey. Okay. Had to think it through.
Yep.
It's coming. Okay.
Yes, and that was also the whole episode had all these ebbs and flows, highs, lows type of thing. But
Yeah.
seeing that the navigator being towed away at the end of the episode, plus the line that he had before seeing said navigator being loaded on the tow truck was they were gonna get together for dinner at Musso and Frank's. I'm like, when my daughter and I heard that, we're like, sweet, we get a Musso and Frank's scene.
Me too. Me too.
Exactly. And then the truck gets towed away and heart sank.
I know. It's like I was more mad about not seeing Musso and Frank's
Yeah,
than I was
exactly.
about the navigator being towed.
I was in the same boat. Alrighty. Tarcia.
All right.
Our investigator can authenticate it under oath, and as an officer of the court, I can attest to the accuracy of the recording.
Lorna to the judge.
Bingo. 1 point. Let's see here. I should have been starring these as I was going through them.
The suspense.
Yeah, no, the suspense. It's building up. I think that just about the most important trait in a person is loyalty.
That's Grace, Izzy.
Yes, 1 point there. Alrighty, so Tracy, you kind of ran away with this one, so I'm gonna add
She
up
sure did.
here, 4 points there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Tracy, good job. You won 6-4. Tarcia,
I will have to say, oh, look at the donkey. So cute.
Hi, puppy.
We have a dog on the podcast. What is
Dakota.
it? He or she?
He, Dakota.
Dakota.
Hey, buddy.
Oh my gosh, he's adorable. He reminds me of our last dog. What breed is he?
He's a Yorkie poo.
Oh, he's a
Yorkie poo.
hybrid.
And he is my shadow.
I
Oh, I
bet.
bet.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
He's
He's
always up under me,
adorable.
always.
I was gonna say, Tarcia this is the first time she's played this game. So I mean, I'm competitive. I like to win, but I gotta say, I've had the chance to play it a lot of times. This game. So
Yeah, I didn't see this coming. You told me there would be games, but these are games.
I try to mix it up. We'll do trivia so every so often. There'll be a quote game every so often. At the halfway point, I usually do like a password where I'll take things from the first 5 episodes, and then you have one word to get the other person to say what word I type out to you. So if I type out to you prison or jail, you can use that one word and say the other one, say like prison to get the other person to say jail, or
Gotcha.
I'll
Kind of
text you.
like password.
Like password. Yeah, that one's
Just
fun.
like password. But yeah, we like mixing up the games. Obviously, trivia is my go-to,
Okay.
but we like to mix it up every so often. So
I got to step up my game. Got it.
just a little bit. We did the trivia last week, and I told Tracy when Pete and Jay are involved, it's like it could be license plates, it could be addresses or something like that for
Like
trivia.
really
Wow.
specific. And
So,
we're like,
but
no.
I try to tone it down. It'll be more
Yeah.
generic trivia questions where it's like random stuff like that. It's fun. Anyway, and that'll wrap up our discussion about this episode of The Lincoln Lawyer. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Lincoln Law Pod, which is a part of So Many Shows and SoManyShows.com. Our website is currently undergoing some maintenance, and as soon as it's back up and running, please make sure to keep checking the website for updates, recaps, and other podcasts from this show and others. For the time being, you can find this podcast and others on the So Many Shows YouTube channel. While there, keep an eye open for our constantly dropping mashup podcasts in which we discuss a variety of shows. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to follow us on our socials at Lincoln Law Pod, all one word, at Twitter and Instagram. You can also find up-to-date news and podcast drops on the Lincoln Lawyer Lounge on the Facebook group page. We will reconvene as soon as possible for the next episode, so stay tuned. And with that, it's time for everyone to say goodbye. Tarcia, I cannot thank you enough for joining us tonight. Tracey, it was always fun talking Lincoln Lawyer as always. So right now we're just going to say our goodbyes, and we'll talk to you on the next one.
See you next time. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
And talk to you on the next one, and have a great rest of your week.